So we are in Baden-Baden for the most important week for the insurers and reinsurers. The Baden-Baden meetings are a tradition for over 50 years. We are here with Mr. Igor SHEKHOVTSOV, Deputy CEO of Unity Re, in order to discuss about the reinsurance market in CIS and its potential and future trends of evolution. Welcome. First of all, let's start discussing the economic climate in Russia. What is the current status and what are the perspectives for this?
Uh, many think that we have passed the most difficult part of the, let's say, this turmoil. Um, to be honest, I am also that positive about that we have already overcome the most difficult situation. But economic situation remains difficult. There are a lot of challenges. Oil prices and other commodities prices are, let's say, under pressure, and we'll see. We'll see how it will end up.
Yeah. How was the evolution of the insurance market and reinsurance, of course, in the first 9 months of this year?
Of course, this year was, let's say, the sanction was announced by the Central Bank of Russia, and they were quite active with withdrawing licenses or restricting some activities for the insurance companies which were not that, let's say, not having proper asset quality or something like. We should distinguish, let's say, the actions of central bank which forced certain companies to leave the market, and the process of, how to say, concentration and let's say market shrinking. Central bank actions are mostly positive, really, because they make market healthier. Just in order to give you some hints, some of companies didn't even have 20% of the reserves stated.
Yeah, yeah. So we can say that it's more a concentration than a decrease process.
To my way of thinking, yes.
Okay. We know that Russia or some companies from Russia are subject to some sanctions from the Western country and USA. What can you tell us about these effects? I know that many companies from Russia are now trying to find business in Middle East, in Africa, in Latin America, in China. How are the process of negotiations with this country?
To be honest, the situation didn't change, let's say, greatly, because everything remains the same. The initials remains the same. Companies can attribute only their net retention, irrelevant of the region, irrelevant of the country, because first point, Russian business, especially sanctioned business, is not their specialty. Okay. So they were not, let's say, attributing some capital to that. They were not taking into consideration that those facts when they were planning their financial activities and so on. Thus, no substitute to Western capacity is still available. Those are just bits and pieces on different markets, but that's not a solid capacity.
Okay, but can you tell us what is the current capacity of the insurance market in Russia and maybe detailed on the lines of business?
The assessments differ one from another. We should distinguish the capacity and the, let's say, the ability of companies to pay. Because if we take the nominal capacity which is announced by the companies, and we should also think up to what extent in terms of the ranking you should go in order to secure the capacity and secure the proper claim handling if something happens. It is also very, very important. I would say that there is, of course, a huge lack of capacity in terms of shipbuilding. It's up to $1 billion. The cargo side lacks around $100 million. In terms of the property, more or less, Russia can provide some capacity. I would say 200 million, maybe 230 million dollars. What else? Marine hull, of course, is an issue. Starting from $70 million, okay. That's the level of lack of capacity.
Do you think that this current capacity can be increased by capitalization of the companies, or maybe creating a state reinsurer is the solution?
Uh, I don't believe, to be honest, that Russian investors are ready to give that long money to reinsurance industry, and that they are ready to wait that long and accept those many risks which lie within, let's say, running an insurance and reinsurance company. It's not that easy. Um, for investors, much more interesting to buy some instruments, ready instruments that are easy understandable, are common to their activities, and so on. Setting up a national reinsurer would have been a very good idea, but to my way of thinking, 15 years ago at least, rates were very healthy, losses were much lower, and if national reinsurer would have been established 15 years ago, there is a, let's say, certain. I'm almost sure that it would have built enough capital to support risks which relates to Ministry of Defense and many other risks which are now sanctioned. Unfortunately, it wasn't established at those times, and now is not the best moment to do it. Market is terribly soft. There's a huge amount of capacity and capital all over the planet, and the situation is not likely to change in near future. Thus, also rating is an issue. In order to, let's say, guarantee that there's gonna be a healthy flow of premium, in order to, let's say, cover any losses which definitely are happening and will happen. Without proper rating level, you cannot do that, and rating will not be assigned at the proper level to National Reinsurer of Russia, no doubt.
Okay. Now coming back to Unity TV, how was the first 9 months, 10 months of this year for your company?
Those, let's say, 10 months up to the moment, the year was way better than we have expected, and I guess that's the very good, say, mark, because we thought it would be much more difficult in terms of the overall macroeconomic conditions and in terms of the reinsurance industry of, no, I mean, within Russia. Hopefully, we did not feel that up to the moment. Maybe there's gonna be some kind of lag of in time before those consequences will be noticeable. Hopefully they will not come. I mean.
But since we are here in Baden-Baden for the negotiations between insurance and reinsurers, what can you tell us about your company approach for the next year, or the CIS market?
Our strategy remains the same. We have always been national reinsurer. We were from the very beginning designed to provide fast, let's say, effective in terms of the cost-effective reinsurance coverage. We are quick, and we were always here, and we will be always within the CIS. Of course, from time to time, focuses shifts, but mostly that's let's say, external factors are always the main.
Yeah, and my last question refers to the development of the global insurance market. How do you think this will evolve in the future, in the next year?
Not sure that let's say that I have enough knowledge to assess the future of the global market. Still, it's not easy in Russia. It's not easy in UK. It has never been easy anywhere on the planet. Of course, there's a lot of capital available at a very low cost for the let's say, Western companies in Europe, in the United States. But there are also many drawbacks of this situation, because prices are at the bottom. Any big loss will generate, let's say, very negative results because of the because if the premium is taken against the losses, it's not that healthy anymore. Still, it will not change the situation. Money is there. it will be available. It will be available at very low price. Thus, we will see really a long soft cycle.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time, and we wish you a successful week.
Thank you very much.
Okay.